In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to wholesale a property. Coming up next. If you're a beginner real estate investor, you've probably heard about flipping houses. A similar concept is wholesaling real estate. However, instead of flipping houses, you're flipping contracts. What this means is you find a motivated seller, negotiate a below market sales price before you ultimately find a buyer to sell the contract to. This positions you as a middleman between the buyer and the seller. As a wholesaler, you make a profit once that deal is closed. The profit is the difference between the contracted price with the seller and what the buyer ends up paying. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I want to remind you to like and subscribe. I made this channel for the new and experienced investor, anyone who wants to live the life they've always wanted through real estate. Let's get into it. Step number one, look for a motivated seller or a distressed property. Cold calling, texting, door knocking. There are so many different ways you can do that. Pulling lists, having virtual assistants help you out with the cold calling or texting process. That's number one. Number two, negotiate a deal with the seller. Now understand that the seller's going to want this high of a price and you're down here at the bottom. It is literally a conversation to get to that point where both of you agree that this is a good deal for not only you, but also a good deal for that seller as well. Then you have a contract ready to go. Number three, look for a property buyer. And that's probably the most easiest thing to do. If you've got a good deal, you just put it out on Facebook or other meetup groups, or from people that you've met at meetup groups. Anything like that, you'll find a buyer right away. Step number four, negotiate a deal with the buyer. So remember, you get paid from what the contract is with the seller and what the end buyer or user is going to pay for the property. So that spread in between is what your finder's fee, your wholesale fee, whatever you want to call it, is going to be to you. So you're negotiating with this end buyer just like you negotiated with the seller. Step number five, assign the purchase contract to the end buyer and collect the finder's fee. Step number six, you'll open up escrow, you'll go through that process, you'll close escrow at the end of the day, everybody gets paid, everybody's happy. When it comes to your real estate investment strategy, knowing how to wholesale real estate is a great option. This is especially true if you don't have a lot of money and want to make a quick sale with minimal risk. The wholesale business is also an ideal way of making money in real estate without actually owning property. All you have to do is take that first step. If you're new to investing and want to know more about wholesaling, click on this video right here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always here to help.